Aku dari unit forensik UiTM.
Aku pegawai yang kutip bahan bukti. Tugas aku sketch crime scene. Aku jurugambar dekat crime scene. Nama aku Sharifung Hussein. Panggil Sharif pun boleh. Gambar bahan bukti bawah meja, ada ambil tak? Dalam dunia ni, kelalaian sentiasa berlaku.
Ke ada yang curi tulang dalam jabatan kita ni?
Ada bahan bukti yang kita terlepas pandang ni.
Tak cukup bahan bukti, kes ni tak ada nilai dekat mahkamah.
Ni UiTM nice. Kita patut perkenalkan VR.
Virtual reality VR is a computer-generated simulation of an environment that allows users to interact with and experience a 3D world as if they were physically present within it. Users typically wear a VR headset that tracks their head movements, enabling them to look around and perceive the virtual environment in a realistic manner. Right now, there's a growing body of academic research focused on improving virtual environments that can provide fully immersive alternative experiences, including visual, tactile, and auditory elements. This effort aligns with the article that we are about to dissect today, entitled Using Virtual Reality in Investigating, Simulating, Reconstructing the Crime Scene. The authors of this article are Dr. Amir Izzat El-Ho and Dr. Jamal Al-Shehi. Virtual reality VR is a computer technology that is originally developed primarily for game development and has become instrumental in various professional fields, including architecture. Architects utilize VR to design and refine architectural plans within a digital environment. In recent times, VR technology has advanced to the extent that it is now utilized in forensic analysis, particularly in crime scene investigation and documentation. The study aims to explore the potential role of VR in investigating, simulating, and reconstructing crime scenes. By leveraging this software, both crime scene investigation (CSI) teams and courts can revisit crime scenes by inputting essential crime elements, relying on previously gathered data and witness testimonies. The objectives of this study are: firstly, to determine the main needs in visual documentation. Next is to determine and overcome challenges that criminal investigators face during an investigation. And lastly, to explore other advantages in the investigation process that could benefit from virtual reality technology.
Moving on to the design, rationale, and technology tools of VR. Tools of VR are divided into two parts, which are the hardware and software. Hardware is the physical component that makes up the computer system. VR headset, also known as head-mounted display, are used in this VR. HMD is a tool to present a visual environment that provides 3D imaging and visuals to the users about the crime scene. HMD displays a small screen in front of the eyes that will give the users an overview of the location and how the crime occurs. HMD is assembled into eyeglasses in the shape of goggles or headphone, which can be worn on a head like a helmet. This VR headset is attached to a sensor and motion controller. The sensor is used for location monitoring, and a controller is used to facilitate the navigation system. The VR hand controller allows for the interaction to occur. The users can interact with the objects, feels like touching something in virtual reality, and pick up visual objects such as evidence. Hence, this HMD or head-mounted display offers the users a captivating experience through the utilization of 3D graphic and auditory stimuli. Moving on to the second part, which is software. Software is a collection of programs, data, and instructions to operate the computer system. The main three software applications used in VR are Autodesk Maya, Blender, and Adobe Photoshop. This software allows users to develop situations based on the crime scene documentation and offers a variety of texturing, and lighting techniques that can help in the simulation world. The first one is Autodesk Maya. Autodesk Maya is a 3D modeling software to create animations, models, and simulation in animated films, TV series, and visual effects. For example, crime scene places have variety of furnitures and electronics. So Autodesk Maya can create models for various objects based on the measurement at the crime scene. The second one is Blender software. This is another free software that works in the production of visual effects, art, and 3D printed models, as well as the production of diverse objects. Both Maya and Blender can be installed on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux operating system. Items like edged weapons, firearms, plants, instruments, and traces of blood can be generated and textured using both Blender and Maya software. The last one is Adobe Photoshop. It is a software application that specializes in image manipulation where users can edit the image. Editors can crop photos, adjust photo composition, and correct the lighting. Not only that, Adobe Photoshop is attached with the edit tools if you want to enhance, analyze, or clarify the image that are taken from the crime scene.
Photogrammetry is often useful to have an accurate 3D reconstruction of an accident or crime scene, especially in cases where position, distance, and perspective are important. It is a process by which a large number of still photographs of an object or environment can be combined to create a precise and navigable 3D model to enable for making measurements from the photograph. This process involves identifying common points in the photos, calculating their positions in 3D space, and assembling the image together to form an accurate, measurable representation of the object or scene. It can also be used to answer specific questions regarding speed, size, location, and distance of objects in the field of view. Next is 3D laser scanning. It is necessary to join the scanner to the photogrammetry system to enhance the accuracy and details of the 3D models created. Basically, this method uses laser scanner to capture the object and the surrounding environment of the crime scene by performing a 360-degree scans as it moves across the scene to produce a detailed and precise 3D representation. To create a detailed representation, it is important to gather accurate color and distance data from multiple directions. This process involves conducting multiple scans of the objects or environments from various angles. Accurate capture requires the objects to be within the scanner's operational range, which does not exceed 300 meters, otherwise data loss may occur. It is beneficial for crime scene reconstruction, aiding investigation in various scenarios such as traffic collisions, accidents, and other forensic cases.
Moving on to the next process, which is RGBD mapping. RGBD mapping is a process that involves creating a three-dimensional representation of an environment by combining of color red, green, and blue information with the depth data. So at the crime scene, RGBD camera will be used, and this specialized device will be capture the RGB image along with the depth information for each pixel that they observe. So this camera utilizes either active stereo or time of flight sensing technique to estimate the depth across a significant number of pixels in the captured image. So by combining color and depth information at a pixel level, RGBD mapping enables the creation of a detailed and accurate three-dimensional representation of environment. So the next process in the virtual reality of the crime scene is walkthrough, where users will use an HTC Vive headset with lighthouse tracking technology and handheld controllers. So this device will be managed by a gaming laptop that has been optimized only for the virtual reality activities. So the next, a designated area with a graphical depiction of the simulated situation and a specific spatial environment is essential for users to interact and to get a clear picture. So the user will use the event sync tool as a method to freely examine and traverse the location. So for instance, the user will be invited to engage in a simulated setting wherein they will be furnished with suitable apparatus. So throughout this procedure, they will be possess the capacity to investigate the adjacent area to acquire the further proof. So when users activate the gear, they will carefully scan the surrounding and capture any visual information that they detect.
application of VR in crime scene reconstruction has shown positive impacts that are worth mentioning. Firstly, it offers the opportunity to repeatedly engage with crime scenes in a simulated environment. Virtual reality crime scene reconstruction can help preserve the integrity of crime scenes while also helping investigators find evidence that was overlooked in the initial examination. Because of this, VR technology can be very helpful in criminal investigations. By maintaining the integrity of crime scenes, one can improve memory retention, corroborate witness testimony, and even potentially eliminate the drawbacks of a standard crime scene sketch. This basically makes it more legitimate in court, enabling the right administration of justice. Other than that, it will also enhance juries' or judges' comprehension of the case in a more thorough manner. By employing 360-degree video or virtual tours, people like juries, attorneys, and forensic experts can view the crime scene from a variety of angles. Judges can have a thorough understanding of the events by being able to view a crime scene from multiple angles. The multiple angles help to show the user a complete and detailed crime scene. As a result, this makes it easier to evaluate and assess eyewitness testimony more precisely. And now, with the good comes the bad. There are also negative impacts associated with the utilization of VR in crime scene reconstruction. Firstly, users may potentially experience motion sickness or cyber sickness. Because of the height of the camera tripod, using 360-degree videos could result in a situation where the user feels that there is an elevation difference from what they are used to. Latency issues are also common in VR, where there is a delay in response after moving your head. Therefore, the possibility of motion sickness resulting from unexpected and apparent visual stimuli presents a danger to the overall user's experience. Secondly, due to the limitations of a user's ability on VR usage to navigate crime scenes, it may lead to confusion. Virtual reality headsets do not have a hard learning curve, yet most people have never used one before. The fact that judges or juries are typically older and less tech-savvy than average college students could be contributing to the barrier keeping VR from being introduced into courtrooms for crime scene reconstruction.